the corner above Cody, you can see like the spot. Product placement, baby. Product placement.
What up, world? Welcome to the first episode of the new season of Hellhound Film Club. I am your host, Cody Pope.
And Danny Dymez.
And guest star Elliot Universe.
I wasn't going to make you intro yourself, but thank you for doing that anyways.
Guests should never intro themselves. Great job.
First time in showbiz, these guys.
I don't know how it works. I don't really care.
New to the front side of this camera.
We're here for a special episode of the new format of Hellhound Film Club. We're here live at the Spot in downtown Nashua, New Hampshire. We just had a live audience screening of the one and only sci-fi comedy classic Matinee from 1993, starring John Goodman and directed by Joe Dante. So we actually watched it on 4K. I brought the Blu-ray player down so we could watch it legit. Long live physical media. And so I had seen this a bunch of times. Danny had seen this before. Our guest for tonight, Elliot, had never seen it. Our good friend Tyler, who's hanging out back here, had also never seen it. Sean, who disappeared, has also never seen it. And so it was a good little mixed bag tonight. But I would like to start with you since you're our guest. Before we even get into the movie, can you just tell everybody a little about yourself, what it is you do with your life, and what it is you're seeking to bring in the world?
Oh, God. I'm trying to remember what word.
Didn't think we were going to get that deep tonight, did you?
There was a fancy word for jack of all trades that I put on a resume, but I can't even remember what it was. It was like something engineer. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That's part of why I'm here, is to try and figure out new things, explore new venues. I'm an artist, do whatever the hell calls me at the time, and this seems like a good way to socialize and experience new things. And I hadn't seen the movie yet, so that was pretty fun. We'll figure things out from there.
Yeah, you're an artist. That wasn't so hard. Don't fear who you are.
Yeah.
So obviously, like we said, we just got done watching Matinee. It was every time I watch it, I love it. But I would like to hear from our first-time viewers. So, what was your first thoughts upon watching this?
Literally, I'm watching this movie, and one of the first thoughts that I simply jotted down was that nothing's changed. I said something while we were watching it. Literally, we watched Matinee. The only difference between now and then is the fashion and the subject matter. Other than that, it's like something that could have happened yesterday.
Right. And Tyler, you also had never seen this before.
No,
and so before we get into that, can you intro yourself and tell us a little about you? Because I feel like obviously I want the people on the pod to know who you are, but I also think that it provides some valuable perspective on the commentary as well, where it's I'm a movie nerd, you are a movie maker.
Yeah.
And so you've seen the different sides of how this comes to life. And so I always think that that's really cool.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate you saying that. Hi, guys. My name is Tyler Plant. I'm a filmmaker and photographer. I live here in Nashua, New Hampshire. And I work professionally in the film and television industry as a grip. So I work in the lighting department. I've done a lot of music videos, a lot of, independent features, big features, TV shows, commercials, kind of everything in between. So, I saw that Cody's just starting up his movie podcast again. I'm like, all right, I got to come and, insert myself a little bit and watch the movie. And Matinee's a lot of fun. Hadn't seen it before. I didn't even know about it. And, one of my favorite, subgenres of movies is movies about movie making or the filmmaking experience or whatever. One Cut of the Dead, which is a great Korean movie, or Living in Oblivion, which is a fun like '90s Steve Buscemi movie, and
Later.
yeah, and or like Studio on Apple or the Studio on Apple Plus or whatever. But no, Matinee's now up there with like the fun movies about filmmaking, and John Goodman kills it. He always delivers well. So this was a lot of fun to watch, and I appreciate you showing us all the movies. So thank you, man. I'm gonna hand it off.
Dude, hell yeah, that was perfect. That's exactly one of the reasons I wanted to do this, was to show people movies they've never seen before, because that is one of the best. So I guess for as you can tell, I'm like a lifelong diehard movie fan, and I've legitimately been collecting movies my whole life. Like, I still have a bunch of my VHS tapes from when I was a kid. I was collecting DVDs even in like junior high and high school, and like going to Walmart at midnight to get friggin' new Batman DVDs or whatever was coming out. Like, I was always just buying shit and just like watching. Like, that was just my whole life, because I would just sit cooped up in my room doing drugs and watching movies and shit. I didn't have cable TV, but I had a PlayStation that played DVDs. So
Circuit City Tuesday morning. All the new releases going home with me.
I lost my train of thought there. I'm sure it'll come back to me.
So wait,
We'll find that train.
Tell the audience a bit about where we are, because this is a really cool venue in Nashville.
Yeah, so as we mentioned at the top of the show, we are live tonight at The Spot in downtown Nashua, New Hampshire. If you are a Cody Pope fan and you came out to one of my shows in 2025, chances are you came out here. I only did a few hometown shows last year, and we did my birthday show. We did my first show, or not my first show, but my first hometown show with the live band, Cody Pope and the Keyholders. Shout out to all the homies. And we just did the Hellhound for the Holidays toy drive show this past December. And so,
And we filled a huge box of toys.
Yeah,
that felt really good. That was really nice. It felt amazing.
Yeah. And so our partnership with The Spot is largely due in part to its owner, Mike McDowell, who a lot of people in the music community know as the Healer. So he obviously created this space as like a safe space for artists and creatives, and a canvas for people to try new things. And so we did a bunch of music stuff, and that stuff is growing and doing well. And I've always wanted to do the movie thing. You guys can look back. There's 2 other iterations of Hellhound Film Club. One is audio only that you can find on all the streaming platforms. And then the other one is the iteration that went on YouTube this year, where I did like singular film breakdown by myself. But I was never able to keep those shows going because they were just so time intensive production wise, or like with the audio one, the roundtable one, I just couldn't get guests to do it frequently enough that wanted to talk about one subject. So this has been something that I've like always wanted to do, and just really needed to figure out the right format. And what better way to get people to talk about movies than to literally put it on for them and watch it with them. So it's a fun thing that we can do with live audiences. It's a fun thing that we can do on our own remotely. And it's something that really helps like spark conversation, and it makes you think about things. And so we are super grateful to The Spot for giving us a place to do this. You can catch us here on Wednesday nights. We're going to be doing free movie screenings right here. The episodes that we record here, you'll eventually see them on YouTube within a couple weeks usually. And so we got a really cool thing going. I'm really excited to be here. And as we keep figuring out all the technical stuff, this is hopefully going to get better and 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 better. I mean, hopefully a little better.
And
might get a little better.
And I got to give a quick thank to Mike for giving us a spot to be able to record the No Sugar Added music video that you can find on YouTube. That my man Cody Pope right here did. It was absolutely amazing.
That's right. That was so Danny and I have been down for quite some time now, but No Sugar Added was our first visual collaboration that we did. Danny served as the camera operator, and then I served as the post editor. And so that was a really cool experience, like putting my own music video together like that. And it was,
well, I appreciate you letting me be involved with it. I appreciate you letting me get the opportunity to shoot that. That was a really great experience. So.
that was awesome.
Thank you, Matt.
I can't wait to do more. I'm tired of shooting music videos on my fucking iPhone. Shout out to the iPhone though. The iPhone has done me well, man. I'm not a hater.
I've been telling you,
Like,
we can upgrade that anytime.
So man, there's so many things that I want to like talk about with this movie, and I'm sure that you guys do too. The first thing that I wanted to ask you guys about, I'm gonna turn a little bit because I just feel weird having my back to. I'll have my back turned when we have a full audience. But so right, were any of you guys familiar with William Castle prior to this?
No.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So basically, like the Lawrence Woolsey character is basically an interpretation of this real life filmmaker, William Castle, who in this time period was coming up with all of these like theater thrills, like the vibrating seats and like getting stuff sprayed at you. And so that was like a huge thing because what would have been like considered like B movies or schlocky movies or whatever were now this like thrill ride experiential thing. And so it kind of made people look at the art differently too, because it's like, oh, this isn't just some like junk movie for a rental shelf or whatever. These were like low budget works of art. And then to create an experience that really like encompassed people in the theater, I think is something that like was super risky at that time and could have gone real bad, and I'm sure it did at times. But I think now it's like, dude, there's like, I forget what it's called. I don't know if it's like 4D or 4X or whatever that is. Yeah, but it's like a $70 IMAX ticket where you get like sprayed in the face with water and shit like that.
Well, the whole idea is that it's an interactive.
But that's how long it's taken to develop something like that. Is like William Castle was doing that in the 50s, and like it never really took.
It was the experience that made the movie.
Yeah,
the movie would not have played so well.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like
you would have been able to rent it and take it home.
That's like Mastercraft DIY shit, where it's like, all right, we only had 50 grand to make a movie. But if we can get these theaters to put up money for us to create an experience when we're there. And it's funny because like what he's doing in this is pretty similar to what Kevin Smith is doing now, where it's like he's touring his movies and booking the theaters himself and showing up and like introducing them and stuff like that. And it's like, that's like the new wave of like independent filmmaking.
I have kind of like a fun tangent based kind of off of that because Francis Ford Coppola is doing the same thing with Megalopolis, and it kind of makes me think of like the big Vegas sphere that like it, they're doing this like Wizard of Oz show now, and like they're expanding it to like the 360 view, and I realize it's like people are. I think the idea of like spectacle movies have always been there, like Titanic or like Avengers or Avatar or whatever. It's like people are going there to experience something technical or something very like cinematic or theatric that they don't often get with other movies. And I feel like I don't know, I feel like there's something that like kind of when you make a movie like a theme park attraction, like I don't know, there's like kind of a cheapness there because it's like to me personally, because like the idea is like, oh well, you're just trying to sell to like get people in seats because it's like like for theater ride, but like it is really fun because that what was that guy's name, the John Goodman's character is based on.
William Castle.
William Castle. I think a lot of he kind of brought up the idea of like smell-o-vision, where like different smells would be like fanned in during the movie, and I don't know, I find stuff like that like it's really funny because it's like it is very gimmicky, but at the same time like nowhere else could you go and see a movie like that, Sorry, I'm gonna pass it on.
That is so funny. It's so funny that you brought that up because I was literally just gonna bring this up. Do you remember scratch and sniff movies?
Oh,
Don't look like I'm crazy.
No. I
Scratch and sniff movies, like Wild Thornberries.
oh
that?
damn yeah, dude.
Yes, so they had a movie, Wild Thornberries. Rugrats in Paris was the same thing. They had one too.
Anything with an orange cassette.
You would go in, and when you go in the movie, instead of like the guy standing there handing you 3D glasses, he was handing you a little card. And as the movie was playing, like there would be a point where it would tell you like number one, and you could scratch number one and smell it,
Yeah.
and it would be the same smell of what's on like the screen. So it like this is the encompasses of that whole entire like experience, like giving you something that extra besides just watching a movie.
Yeah.
So,
It's time to bring it
the
back.
smell vision, like you're saying,
Right, I'm
like,
saying.
that was like a thing. And when I'm bringing up, I'm now dating myself, bringing up the Wild Thornberry.
Yo,
You're dating me then too, because I
can't
watched
knock
that
the
show.
orange VHS.
Nah, Orange VHS, bro.
Straight up. Dude, another thing that I thought was funny in this is all the references that they made to Hitchcock, of course.
Yeah.
But one of the best that I feel like, I don't know if it's like super appreciated necessarily, when the guy from the theater is putting together the thing outside, and it's like a big cardboard cutout of Woolsey attached to the poster, and there's like nothing else on the poster. That was like a very Hitchcockian thing.
Cigar.
Yeah, dude, I have it's a repro obviously, but I have like a poster of the posters that they used to hang up for Psycho, and it's literally like a picture of him almost like doing something like this, and it's like, please, no admittance to the film Psycho once the film has started. And like, so like they would basically just cut off selling tickets because it's like once this movie starts, the doors are not fucking opening, and that like bugged people out.
Well,
so much.
that created that exclusiveness, that
Yeah.
created that drive, the desire. No different than towards the end or at the end of this movie when they come out and they're like, "Well, we're not having a second showing today. You know, you're not going to be able to see it."
The little kid beating up the reporter.
Yep, and all it does is create desire, create that supply and demand. So all these people just ran out of this, out of this theater, screaming and being crazy. What happened in that movie that I need to see now? But now you're telling me I can't have it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to drive to the next theater, which also created the gentleman that wants to now buy the movie, that wants it in his theater. Again, you're creating supply and demand.
Yeah, absolutely.
And kind of like you were talking about, like the rumbling seats and the smoke and everything like that. That's just another form of the movie, having control and like creating that experience for you to be able to create the next wave of people that want to be there. I was there and this happened. I was there and that happened. Wait, what? You watched a movie and this happened? I've never seen that. I've never experienced that before. Now you're going to drive more seats and those, put, as they say, asses in seats. That's all you're doing, creating that ass in seats, which is going to create, generate more interest in the film that you have created.
So I was thinking about, what you were just talking about made me think about the most recent like theater experience that I had that was very like, oh, we're a part of something like really truly unique. Was the film nerds out there, One Battle After Another, which is probably going to sweep at the Oscars, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So that movie was filmed on a very specific type of 70 millimeter IMAX film format called Vista Vision, double V's, baby. And there were 4 theaters in the entire world that could play this format. And us,
was in Boston.
that's right, Coolidge Corner Theater, one of the best places ever. One of 4 places in the entire world you can go see this movie in 70 millimeter. And I saw it in a packed theater of people. Like, it's just, I don't know, like being able or recently going and seeing Marty Supreme which is another, like, if you haven't seen that movie, it's the crazy ping pong Timothy Chalamet movie. Like, that's another thing where it's like, I think that can be like almost like the new spectacle is like, hey, let's just make really good fucking movies and people will come and see that. I mean, this year was absolutely stacked. We had Sinners, we had One Battle After Another, we had Begonia, we had the movie I was just talking about, Marty Supreme. I mean, just so many really heavy hitting films, and it's, I don't know, it's like that. It just instills me with hope. It's like, oh, okay, like people going to see original movies and they're making money and they're generating buzz and people are talking about them, and it's like, you know, it feels good to be excited to go see something in the theater again, you know. And
Like you said, only 4 theaters. Supply, demand.
yeah,
You created a situation where you can only go to certain places to be able to see it, which drives up interest. And on the same note, that's also called good marketing.
yeah.
Well, even compare that to Sinners, though, too. Sinners literally was released in like 8 different formats or something like that. And Ryan Coogler, dude, and it's funny, I can't take credit for this thought. I read this somewhere, like on a film meme page or whatever, but it was like, dude, Ryan Coogler should literally get an Oscar just for the video he made explaining all of the different formats for Sinners. Like, it was brilliant the way he broke it down, why you would enjoy each version and why they bothered to do it in all of those formats. And it's like, dude, like, if you never knew a thing about film, you walked away from that being like, what aspect ratio do I watch it to? Like, where am I?
Oh my god!
Like, what if I? Like, it just gives you the same. I will never look at a screen.
Why not?
Yeah, I'll never look at a screen the same way.
As soon as you said that, like, I was like, dude, the 90 different aspect ratios changes that they do in that movie, like, oh my god, they're driving down the cotton fields and it's just like pure huge widescreen, and then, like, you know, it shifts into the fight, and it's just, oh god, man, I love Sinners, dude. Oh, it is a lot better than From Dusk Till Dawn. There, I said it, dude. Sinners is better than Dusk Till Dawn. I know we're supposed to be talking about Matinee, but
No,
Sinners
Here we go. Here we go as always.
Doublet cover. That's a song of my people, dude. Like, come
the only
on.
reason I'm sighing about it is because From Dusk Till Dawn was supposed to be one of the first episodes of this season.
Oh, really?
And the guy that I had lined up to be on the episode, we couldn't.
Did he
get-
turn
we
into a
couldn't-
vampire?
Maybe.
Oh, sorry. I should give that back to you.
It's okay. We couldn't get him here on a Wednesday, so we're still trying to figure out when to do it. But I missed the release date now, so now I'm like, do I do it,
Patreon.
put it on Patreon, or do I keep moving?
I just saw that movie.
Just do whatever feels
Holy crap!
Yeah, because I've been doing Paul Dano.
Sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
Pre Paul Dano, I was doing a Tarantino binge with my uncle. And we watched From Dusk Till Dawn, and I did not know anything about the movie. Same thing with Sinners. I went into Sinners completely blind, didn't know it was going to be a vampire movie. I much prefer Sinners. I don't know. From Dusk Till Dawn is just, Tarantino's creepy. He's so fucking creepy in that movie, dude. And it's like, he wrote it, you know, like.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, it's kind of
It's a very short part in it, but Cheech and Chong's part in that. It was such a short part, but his part in that movie is so funny that I absolutely love that movie.
yeah. I love it, but it's like two different scales of movies. Like I would watch. I would watch From Dusk Till Dawn at like a drive-in theater as like part of a double showing.
Yeah.
I would watch Sinners at like the nicest screening I could possibly find.
Yeah.
Like for Sinners, I want to be somewhere that's like surrounded with audio, that's got like the biggest IMAX screen. You know what I mean? So it's like
serves food and drinks right to me at
so
the
it's like they're
table.
both great movies, but they're great for different
I know David does
atmospheres.
that. Hilton.
Oh hell yeah! I do just want one thing, because you mentioned Marty Supreme. I kid you not, I was trying really hard not to chirp too much during the movie, but when the scene when Woolsey is outside and he's like strapping the advertisement to the truck, I don't know why, but I just figured it was something that you would feel the same way. but I almost turned around and I was gonna be like, imagine if you were just walking down the street and you saw like the Safdie brothers like doing their own marketing or something like that. And so it's so funny that you brought up Marty Supreme, because I've just been watching interviews with both. I mean, they both have cool shit going on now individually, but I've been like seeing all the I'm not gonna lie though, I didn't see the
I didn't see Punch Machine either.
but I'm a huge MMA fan and I know the story of Mark Hurt. And so the fact that a Safdie brother took that on, I'm like, I need to just see it. I just need to see it just to have seen it, like if nothing else.
We should do that one too, since it's one that you haven't seen.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yes, I got a bunch on this list that I haven't
That's all
seen.
right. We're
I
gonna still pick on
promise.
you. We're gonna still keep going.
I know we're wiping you out.
I have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. We're talking about the movie we watched.
All that kava in your brain.
No, this is just what my brain is.
Another thing I wanted to bring up, though, going back to the movie, Mr. Universe, is I know I brought it up when we were watching it, but seeing the kid from Hocus Pocus in this movie is like, I can't name 5 movies that he was in, but I will always remember his face from Hocus Pocus.
Who's that?
Yeah, exactly. So that was like pretty wild in and of itself. We did talk about Joe Dante. That was in my notes as well. I wanted that to be like.
He did Gremlins 2 as well, right?
Yep.
Dude,
That's a weird.
have you guys seen Gremlins 2?
Absolutely.
Love that movie. It is like so. Don't get me wrong. The original Gremlins is great, but Gremlins 2 is just like this insane pop culture like orgy of a
Is that the
movie.
one with the drag gremlin in it?
Yeah, yeah. And doesn't she do the like Marilyn Monroe like Mr. President thing? I don't know. Maybe I missed.
It's been a while.
Oh god! And then it turns into like a much like Matinee. It turns into like this sort of like meta, like Hulk Hogan pops up, right? And he's like, hey, sit down in the theater. And it's like in this weird, and the Gremlins are in the movie theater. They do that. They do that with this one.
And ironically, they acted just like the kids did in Matinee.
Yeah,
Throwing
like,
popcorn everywhere, going wild, crazy, end up burning down the theater.
okay, so Matinee is all about spectacle movies. What are some of the big, like, you remember being so excited to see this movie in theaters and it just fucking floored you when you I'm allowed to swear on this, right?
Yeah,
it just fucking floored you when you watched it.
Wow, that's
I think this kind of fits into that, but I was trying to think of the other movies that Joe Dante did that I was like spinning in my head, so I had to pull up a cheat sheet. Small Soldiers.
No way. Yeah,
Small Soldiers, one of the illest movies. And I'm like, dude, just looking at Gremlins 2, The Howling. Oh, so he did a remake of The Howling, the William Castle joint. Small Soldiers. He did The Burbs, which they just remade it. They just remade it into a TV show now.
Yeah, it's like some horror movie.
Mhm.
I watched that last year.
He was one of the like 3 directors on Twilight Zone the movie.
Oh, okay.
I think he was the only person who like didn't have something horrific happen during his thing, I'm pretty sure.
Wow, that production was good.
Dude, I mean, I love Twilight Zone, so I've like gone through this a lot. I won't like go down the rabbit hole too much, but a famous actor, Vic Morrow, and 2 young children died during the making of that movie. Yeah, for real. And they fucking broke so many laws making that movie that it literally was in trial like years later. They were like, yeah, but no, dude, I wasn't old enough to go see that when it was out. I'm not that fucking old. I'm actually looking at it right now. Yeah, it literally came out like 6 years before I was born.
What's that?
Twilight Zone the movie.
What year was it?
83.
It's a concept. Not even a concept.
I was born. I definitely wasn't in the theater.
Rock and Roll High School is another one he did. Have you guys seen that?
What's that? That one was like
No.
No, it's the
I've seen
Ramones movie.
Rock-a-Doodle.
Oh, that's actually on my list.
Dude, it's so good.
Oh man,
That's what, dude. He just has like sleepwalkers.
you know what I got recently on Criterion? Quadrophenia.
Oh shit, dude.
Sorry.
Take me on.
No.
Classical movies.
Classic cartoon movies, and that's where I'll shine the most.
Oh hell yeah.
Freaking Philo Goes West or some shit.
Oh shit! I remember that one. American Tail, dude.
Yep.
So,
Oh yeah, Philo West is the second one. I always mix it up. That's my favorite.
No,
song.
we're not gonna get on this because we are. We're gonna talk about some Land Before Time.
That fits in. That's a
Yeah.
classic cartoon movie.
Some Fern Gully.
Oh,
Oh, I fucking love
yeah.
Fern
My name
Gully.
is Patty. The logic is erratic. Don't get me
Oh.
started on Robin Williams on that because that was one of my favorite roles for him.
Another fun tidbit that I noticed. I don't know if anybody else caught, but maybe it's just because I come from a sick and twisted mind. But dude, one of the bullies, they named him Eric Starkweather, which Starkweather was the name of a famous serial killer. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. If you look at, I want to say Richard Starkweather, but I think that's wrong. But the last name is Starkweather, and he was a famous serial killer.
Starkweather.
And there ended up being this amazing fucking like sludge doom band that named themselves Starkweather because of the serial killer.
Oh wow.
And so that was like one of those things. Like, in my head, it was like only somebody like Joe Dante, who had been a horror fan all his life, would know something like that and slip that in there. Like, I just thought that was super clever. I also loved the Lenny Bruce thing. I don't know if you guys. So like, I'm a big stand-up comedy fan too.
Oh yeah.
When they were listening to the Lenny Bruce record, so Lenny Bruce, I don't know. I mean, you guys
No,
might.
I
Yeah.
actually do really.
Yeah. So, like, for anybody listening that doesn't know, when you go to watch this, Lenny Bruce was a famous stand-up comedian who was actually jailed for cursing and using offensive words on stage, and ended up going to trial and was like one of the biggest like freedom of speech cases.
That's why when the mom came in, they were hurrying up so fast to hide it. Was because it was like that. It was kind of like me when I was a kid trying to hide my George Carlin.
Exactly, yeah.
Hiding my George
Lenny
Carlin
Bruce
video.
was like the
sorry,
George
Grandma.
Carlin godfather, basically.
Because like George Carlin back in the day, you know, wasn't exactly like everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to drop that we shouted out during the film, but I found this actually through like I was trying to do some preliminary research without rewatching the movie because I wanted to watch it with everybody, but I also wanted to like have some talking points as a host. So I was trying to like go down some rabbit holes, and that's how I figured out the thing. So Joe Dante has been a horror fan his whole life, and when he was 15 years old, he got the opportunity to write an article for Monster Magazine about like the best horror movies that were out at that time. And when the kid is in his room reading magazines, they put that actual issue that Dante was in on the floor, just like as like a camera passed by. And it's like one of those things like I had watched the movie mad times, and that was the first time from doing that research. I was like, damn, what a cool little Easter egg. Like just the thought that went into this movie of so many little things that are like just for like, if you know, you know. Like I just thought that was brilliant. Like just the little thoughtful touches that they put into everything was like, damn.
I didn't want to really get too political, but it's also like you're talking about the little things that are like hidden in the movie. If you watch the movie almost in a political aspect, there's a lot of manipulation that is shown throughout the movie to make you believe something that isn't exactly factual. So it's like, because like if you look at it during the movie, the kid ended up realizing that those are hired actors that once worked for him, but the producer's using them to create a character to manipulate people into wanting to go see the movie.
Yeah.
So it's that we want you to believe one thing, so we're going to show you this to make you want to do this. It's like that hidden little, like almost subtle joke that they're trying to throw underneath, like, you know, the radar.
Yeah.
But if you watch the entire movie, it's almost like they're kind of poking fun at, like, they're making you believe this, they're making you do this, and you can almost look at it as like a joke toward like the political aspect of it too. Because if you look at it from that aspect, you can almost now see like how they're like poking fun at it throughout the entire movie. It's like, okay, we're gonna make you go out and think this because we're gonna show you this picture.
I kept picking up on a bunch of that stuff too, especially towards the end when the kids got stuck in the fallout shelter and he was just like, all right, I need a crowbar. And the guy was like, well, we can't open it. And he made some joke about
What,
it.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm in the wrong business.
And I was like,
Yeah, I feel like you said that like 4
"Oh."
times.
he's like, yeah, the guy that sold it to me said that you can't break into it, and he's like, I'm in the wrong business. And then he runs down the street, gets 2 crowbars, a hammer, and he's in it within minutes.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, yeah, that was like a really weird plot point because it felt like a fake out for like the finale of the movie. Because I figured, okay, they're gonna be locked in there, like they're gonna try the crowbars, it's not gonna work. You're gonna have to figure out some way together to like open it or something. But then, you know, they somehow get it open, and then, you know, the kids get let out. The other thing, all right, you might want to cut this part out from the podcast, might be a little too spicy, but it's like there's like 3 separate shots of like these 2 definitely underage kids making out, which I was like, Cody, am I going to be put on a list watching this? Just for like a split second, I was like, this is an interesting creative decision. Like, oh, we're alone in this bunker, let's start making out. I was like, all right, but anyway, but no, so they're alone in this bunker. They get busted out from the bunker, all within like 15 minutes of like in movie time, and then they decided actually the guy who's playing the ant is just gonna hold a woman knife point. Like it's just kind of like really is one battle after another. But sorry,
That's
shameless
just like
plug.
love life.
Yeah, but
Shameless plug, dude.
shameless plug for a movie that I did not work on, but wish I did. But no, I don't know.
The funny thing
The
is
last
that-
act of the movie was kind of crazy. It went places I did not expect it to, but a lot of fun. And the movie within the movie, I wish I could watch. It is like it's actually like really well made, like beautifully shot. The whole movie is beautifully shot, but like specifically the man, yeah, man plus ant. It is a beautifully shot movie. Excellent lighting, and like the actual ant creature looks fucking gnarly. Like it looks sick. So that actually might be my favorite part of this whole movie is actually seeing the experience that these kids are having at the same time. Like it's a lot of fun.
And it's funny that you brought up about the kid situation because in both situations you're talking about, who initiated the first action? The woman did. The girl did. When they were in the bunker, in the bunker, she's the one like, you know, we got to think about, you know,
Adam and Eve.
We're like Adam and Eve. We're the last 2 people. So like she initiated, and then the door comes down, and he's the one getting in trouble because it's like, what are you doing, my dog?
Nothing's ever what it seems.
Well, I can tell you one thing. You are not invited to my fallout shelter.
You're
not- if you're not giving up the bird lips, you can kick rocks.
He was mentioning he wanted to see the movie within the movie. The Matt thing, you know what I kept thinking of every time I came on? The freaking Reanimator trilogy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Those are some of my favorite
Dude,
movies.
good call.
I thought it was just funny that they had the ant climbing the building like it was King Kong. And she's like, what? And then the general's like, what is it? And the lady's like, it's Bill.
Bill, drop it.
So
What do you call that? I call it Bill.
I will say, I think it would have been fun. Like, I would love to see an R-rated version of this that tackles like 70s and 80s like exploitation movies where like the 70s were like the Wild West of filmmaking, and you could really push the envelope and show some wild shit. And yeah, like, all right, have you any of you guys ever watched any Trauma movies?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so yeah, so Trauma, for those of you who aren't in the know, they make very like B-list, C-list level movies. They started with the Toxic Avenger, that kind of blew up, and they made stuff like Poultrygeist, Romeo and Juliet, Sergeant Kabuki Man, Surf Nazis Must Die, which is my personal favorite one. And they're these schlocky, dated, awful like exploitation movies, but it started a lot of careers. Cannibal Holocaust
I've heard
started
of that one.
that started Trey Parker and Matt Stone, right, from South Park. James Gunn, Sean Gunn, they got their start with Romeo and Juliet, and later Lollipop Love, which is like a mockumentary about this rich couple that decided to give homeless people lollipops as a PR stunt. It's hilarious, starring I think Amy Adams too. Like when James. Anyway, but yeah, trauma movies are great, and the movie within the movie of Matinee, Mance, is very much in the trauma style. So if you watch this, if you enjoy the movie within the movie of Matinee, a lot of words there, you will love trauma movies, and you should check those out.
Speaking of, did you see the new remake of Toxic Avenger?
I was just about to bring that up.
No, you ain't
asshole.
stealing it. That's why I'm the co-host. You ain't stealing it from me, bro. No,
Don't
hell
worry.
no.
I got the cherry on top. So the cool thing about the Toxic Avenger remake that came out this year finally is that they donated the proceeds to this organization that pays off medical debt for people.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
wow.
there's like a
That's
whole news article about it that they
That's
raised
dope.
like hundreds of thousands of dollars
I went
and just paid off random people's medical debt
That's
through
dope.
this organization.
I have that on Blu-ray too if you ever want to borrow it.
The old one or the new one?
I have the old one on DVD, but I have the new one on Blu-ray.
Ooh, okay. I got to see the new one still, admittedly. So
It's a lot of fun.
I'm excited for it. All right. I'm gonna go in a circle here real quick. You got some notes jotting, so maybe we'll save yours for last. Pros or cons or favorite things about this movie, whatever you want to.
We need more John Goodman. For whatever reason, we follow like these two random teenagers who are like, they're not bad characters, but like they're not as interesting as John Goodman and like his theater crew. And I'm like, I felt a little bit robbed of that experience. So that is a con. A pro is that it is a remarkably well-made movie. Like the cinematography is gorgeous throughout. I was genuinely very, very impressed with like how often I was watching this movie. I was like, wow, this looks great. I think they nailed the 60s setting. I think they did a great job with, costumes and expressions, mannerisms, and they really do, especially with like the supporting cast, like especially the mothers, they really sell the fear of like, hey, we're in Florida during the Cuba fucking Missile Crisis. Like this is like we're living through history right now. Like if anybody's gonna die, they're gonna die first. So like the real level of paranoia is there, and leave it to the uber capitalist producer to be like, hey, we can make a quick buck off this. So, but hey, that's Hollywood, baby. So yeah, that's my pros and cons of Matinee.
I love that. He said, "That's Hollywood, baby." Mr. Elliot Universe, what are your favorite things about this movie and or pros cons, whatever you prefer?
Oh, I honestly bounce off of other people and what they say a lot when I try to think of things. I liked that there was like a weird like subplot movie thing that was going on. For me, it was just like a reflection almost of real life. And even when they're talking about we were just mentioning the director like capitalizing on like the paranoia and the fear, I see the opposite side of that where yeah, he might be capitalizing on it, but also he's providing a valuable like, experience for entertainment to distract us and keep us like from panicking about those big things that we were never really supposed to be involved in or know about. We were never supposed to have access to news 24/7.
Yes.
So it creates mass hysteria and panic to a degree that we never had before. And this kind of drew me back into like a bit of reality and presentness for myself and going like, yes, there are people that capitalize off of like that fear, but are they actually capitalizing off of it, or are they providing a experience to keep us from going insane by going like, yeah, all this wacky shit's going on. You could freak out and panic about it, like the guy that was going in his fallout shelter. You could be scared all the time, worried that the end's going to come just for something silly to happen, and you're fine. Or you could go and you could have a good time, go watch the cheesy movie, don't think about it too much, don't worry. And if it bothers you so bad, go be one of those producers. Anyone can do whatever they want to do. If I want to go be this John Goodman character making films, I could do it. I can put my mind to it.
Hell yeah. Or as they say in Canada, hell yeah, fucking right.
Oh yeah, fucking right.
Danny, what about you? I know you had seen this before, but I'm sure it's probably been a while since you watched it, if I had to guess. So with the refreshed vision and perspective, how did this make you feel? Pro, con, best, whatever?
Small little touchback on what Tyler said. For me, especially movies that are like playing back in time, like one of my big things that I look is cars, because I'm a big car person.
Yeah.
And
the cars in this were phenomenal.
And looking back like to that era, the cars that they used, and I'm always the person looking in the background because I want to find that 1986 Honda Civic that doesn't belong there. And they do a great job of making sure set is clean and staying true to like that area, or to that era. That's like a big thing to me in general. So that helps me. I also like the translation as a great thing is jokes from that time. Things that might not be appropriate per se now.
Yeah.
That were appropriate then, that it was okay that they like use that type of humor, that kind of jokes like throughout the movie, which to me, whether they age well or not, I always find great because that's part of my type of humor. So I kind of enjoy that. I also enjoy, which I think is a great thing, is they do a great job throughout the entire movie, kind of like poking fun at small, like I pointed before, small little political things, and things like that, and which I think is great. For me, touching back is I agree. For somebody's name to be kind of like the headliner of that movie, and you're going to use that person's name per se to sell that per se movie. I agree. I could have used a lot.
I agree.
More
John
time.
Goodman is one of my dads.
Yeah.
I would have adored him being in this film.
I just think his character's great. I think it could have been utilized a little bit more. It could have been definitely showcased a little bit more. I think it could have definitely kept the movie in the same direction, but gave it more like oomph, gave it more desire into that movie because, like it's brought up, like following these, maybe middle schoolers, like 8th graders, maybe we'll even be nice and say maybe freshmen in high school. I mean, in a way, that almost gives me that kind of like super bad feel. You know what I'm saying?
But I think really what it was that this was very like autobiographical.
Yeah.
This was like clearly about him growing up as a kid, being obsessed with movies and trying to figure out how to get into the film industry at a young age. And you know what's so funny that you say that, dude? One of the things I was listening to in my research, almost verbatim quote, was The Fabelmans was basically Spielberg's fucking Matinee.
Yeah, that was an autobiography.
And I haven't seen Fabelmans yet, but it's been on my watch list for like multiple years, purely just to see David Lynch as John Ford. If nothing else, that is all I want to see.
It's a Wednesday.
on a Friday afternoon. No, Fablemans was fantastic. I got to shout out Fablemans really quick because I saw that. I saw that in theaters actually, and like I like Spielberg a lot. Not like holy shit, like it's Spielberg. Like I love him. I respect him. But Fablemans was really really touching, like kind of like coming of age style movie. Highly recommend that. And I feel like Fablemans and Matinee is like a great double feature. Of a day on like a rainy or cold day or something. Like both very like good movies. One a little bit deeper than the other, I think. But no, I think those movies go hand in hand. If you have you guys seen Fablemans or the Fablemans? Yeah, the Fablemans plural. Yeah. All right. Cool. Sorry. Here you go.
No, I don't see that.
I'm super excited about that one. This was a blast. Thank you guys for
Nice try.
buddy.
Nice try. No, because I'm going to hear about this at the end of the podcast. That nobody asked me what was your pros and cons.
Mine are all pros. I picked the movie. I literally love. I literally bought it and own it because I love it so much.
It doesn't mean that I don't own physical media that's in my collection that I went, damn, I could have saved that $15.99. There are movies in your collection.
I have to. I mean, yeah, for sure.
So, but
I wouldn't put them on a fucking watch list for a podcast if they were trash.
what?
Yo, Idiocracy is definitely.
Yeah, no doubt.
No.
Oh, no, it's Casablanca next week.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta cut that out.
We have editing ability.
Yeah, it's fine. I gotta edit a lot of shit out of here, anyways, because I suck at podcasting.
I didn't even get to read my Charlie Kirk material, man. This is fucking.
Yo,
I got time, bro.
Oh my God. Yo, did you guys hear about that? Yo, so no.
My dreams of getting monetized on YouTube are that much closer.
So no. This weekend, a guy named Christian Kirk, who plays football, had a great weekend.
Oh yeah.
9 catches, like 170 yards or something, and a touchdown in the Panthers game. Guy had a great game. Stephen A. Smith goes on public television and goes, "Yeah, Charlie Kirk had a great game this weekend."
Oh my God.
No, the worst part was he turns around and goes, "He killed it this weekend."
Jesus. Dude, Stephen A. Smith got to be one of the most out of touch fucking sports reporters ever. Holy shit.
Yo, and only because you said that man's name is the only reason but that shit.
Oh my
That
God.
sounds like something I would do.
Right?
I'm logging off.
Well, that seems like a perfect time to wrap up this
Okay, on that
episode.
note, we're wrapping it up now.
Thank you guys for
Edit team, get rid of the last 3
Thank you
minutes.
guys for checking out the first installment of the 3rd chapter of the new Hellhound Film Club. We've got a lot more in store for you guys. We're going to be up in the ante with all of our production stuff as time goes on. I'd like to thank my esteemed cast of people here. Big shout out to Mike, who we were talking about before. It's perfect. Actually, this is a perfect time for you to be here. Everybody drop your plugs, plug whatever you want to plug, and then we'll wrap it up right after.
All right, I'll keep it quick. I just shot my first absurdist comedy short film, Joey's Big Reveal. We're looking at like April, maybe May release. Going to be doing the festival circuit. It's going to be great. Check out the Indiegogo campaign. We also got a Instagram page. I'm going to pull up my handle really quick. Sorry, I'm kind of slow with technology here. It's just Joey's Big Reveal on Instagram. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's all you got to look up. You'll see it there. And yeah, it's going to be great. All local cast and crew, written and directed by yours truly. And yeah, guys, it's going to be a great time. And we'll probably do some sort of special premiere with Hellhound here in Nashua sometime in the near future. So
Hellhound Underground.
Joey's Big Reveal on Instagram. Check it out.
Joey's Big Reveal.
Thank you.
Excuse me. What's up, you guys? I'm Mike down at the spot. You guys know me, also known as the Healer. You can catch me on SoundCloud at the Healer, Instagram, the Healer Music. Come down to the spot this Saturday. We're having an open jam. Bring your instruments, bring your voice. Will it? Yeah. Scratch that. Thank you guys.
Every day.
Yeah, we always got something going on. Thank you guys for coming here to do this. I love you guys. Yeah.
Thank you again.
Clap it up for Mike in the spot, guys.
Yo, right here, guys.
217 Main Street, Nashua, New Hampshire. Make sure to support the movement. You got to support your local arts and your local arts establishments.
Yep.
Elliot, this has been fun having you with us tonight. I really appreciate you taking a chance on us. So I don't know if we had to restart recording the pod at one point, so I don't think we rehashed it. But
Sorry about
the
that.
Spark Notes version is that Elliot and I met in a Lyft, and while we were on a ride together, it just happened to start talking about movies, and weeks or so later, we now ended up here doing a podcast together. So I'm super grateful for you coming out and doing this with us. Do you have anything that you want to plug? Any final words you want to say? Anything you want the people to go to?
I mean, honestly, the universe just works in a weird way. I'm not fully established yet. I'm still trying to figure things out. I do have an Instagram. It's NB Queer in space, and it's ENBY, not just NB. I don't have a lot going on there, but I'm trying to get established. I do tarot readings or oracle readings, whatever, same difference. I do a lot of wacky shit. I like to ghost hunt. I like to watch horror movies. I like to watch cartoons. I don't care. As long as it involves the art, I'm involved. Make costumes. I like to sing. I like to paint. We'll see. Follow me. Something more will come of it. Maybe it won't, but it probably will.
I think it will. Make sure you follow him. Thank you so much for joining us. Danny, what about you?
It's your boy Danny Dymez. I'm over on Instagram at Dymez Productions. That's DYMEZ Productions. Always running around at shows doing photography. Always interested in working with new artists or established artists on any creative opportunities that I can get. Got the Monday nights with you.
That's right. Danny's going to be joining me for a bunch of episodes of Cody Central Monday nights live on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern. I've been kind of slacking on the show through the winter season, so I'm going to try and get it back going again and really ramp things up. So it'll be nice to have somebody else on the stream with me. You guys can check that out every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Hellhound Publishing. Make sure to subscribe.
Nice way to feel that buzz from me. I love it though.
You kind of alley-ooped me for it. So.
I was hoping. I mean, you can't throw it up any higher for you to dunk it in.
I feel like it would have been a real jerk to just let you be like, yeah, so I'm on Cody's podcast. You can watch it on this day. It's his fucking name. And here, let me just fucking do all the work plugging it.
That's right, I guess.
That's right, though. You can catch Dymez Productions on Instagram. You can catch Dymez Productions on the internet, and you can catch them on Hellhound podcasts with me, including Cody Central and now Hellhound Film Club. As always, I am your host, Cody Pope, founder of the Hellhound Sound. You can catch everything that I got going on at www.cody-pope.com. I have show dates, I have tickets, I have merch, I have all of my music, new music videos. Everything that you could want is right on the website. I'm going to be updating it nonstop. We're going to be announcing spring shows very soon. We've got a couple in the works. And so once the schedule is filled up, we're going to put all those dates out there. All the tickets will be available. And we'll probably start putting the dates for Hellhound Film Club up there as well. So if you want to come in person, I'm going to be here for all the screenings. Me and Danny are going to be introing the movies. We're going to be hosting the podcast after. We always have the merch here. So if you guys want to grab some merch while you're here, that's always available too. But biggest thing is just check out the website. Please subscribe and like Hellhound Publishing on YouTube. We're trying to hit that 500 subscriber benchmark. That is just one of the first benchmarks we got to hit towards monetizing our channel so that we can continue to make offensive political jokes and talk about movies And no, but seriously, thank you guys so much for all the support. I know 2025 was kind of a quiet year for me, but we're still pushing Giant Steps, Cody Pope and Byron G, Giant Steps in Gate City, available on all streaming platforms. I'm going to be dropping a bunch of music videos this year, back on the road this spring. And that's right. You guys know the deal. It's Hellhound till we underground. Thank you so much for all the support. Good night and much love.
Then I stopped too late. How could I be so selfish? Do this. Lost on interstate, take inventory of dead ends. I miss whom I can't memories of my dead friends. It's my soul on the record, like removing the mask. Brain connected, feel electric, intermeshing spacecrafts. Then I opened up and I looked again, saw the sound like it's the base of my friend. Lost some gems, I'm bound to lose some more. You got the prescription, you got me fixing this. A lot you've been missing since I built this lot that you slipped in. This got me crawling. Not perfect, not even close to alright. If you're with me, let me hear you say alright. I'm all my name, yo.
Beautiful.
That's why I want to do that, so we can like have a documentation of like all the live recordings.
Thank you, man.
And then as hopefully this builds, like more and more people will start being in the picture. I think it's just, I don't know, I think it's like a cool.
I had a lot of fun.
And then like,
I'll definitely be coming back.
and then like because I'm building a like home studio, be able for us to record at home, like in homes. And then I want to be able to, like, as we do the live ones, like put these up on the wall behind us.
You're thinking way ahead. That's good
Yes,
though.
I think
You're prepared.
too far ahead.
You gotta balance it out. It's good to have the skills both ways.
That's why my ADHD.
Yeah, where's the best place you want me to put it, like over this area? Right there. Okay, and then I'll put it down the base. Yeah, what we want to do. Yeah. Make it easier. We can definitely fucking do that. Spot now.
I am very happy with the first one.
Me too.
Really rehearse a lot. The law. We'll get together and talk shop or chat while we're doing shit.
Help them. Well, now we got a fucking, now you got a streaming setup. We can even video conference when it's too long to drive.
Or bad weather.
Yeah.
Million reasons.
Bingo, bongo. Bango.
Danny, what's your Instagram?
Dymez Productions. DYME.
DYME?
Yep.
Yeah, don't,
I was gonna say,
don't
once
worry
you get
about
to
the
the M, usually I'm putting the pumps up.
I come in early.
I
in
saw
the
your name
morning,
on the computer screen.
and I
and I was
fucking
like,
wipe everything down and do all that, so you don't even have to worry about
It's unique.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
It also goes with my logo, with my slogan.
Logo.
That's the logo. Dymez Production. Every shot's a 10. I used to put a tell myself. No, I don't. Let me stop lying. Let me stop lying. I'm my own worst critic. 100% my own word for it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. What Katie? This popcorn is for me, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Here is your.
Oh, I gotta plug that back in. I gotta.
Thank you.
That he doesn't do very often. Record it.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, super dope.
What's your Instagram?
Once you get that far.
Oh, I already am following you. Oh, you know what? I met you at the dispensary. You guys were there?
When I first
Yeah.
that shows, I think I'm shooting on a Pentax
Yeah, I have a Pentax stuff.
Yeah, that K5 was my very first camera. That somebody gave to me to get it started.
I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, I get that.
Like our thing went down in the video. I didn't say shit, but I'm pretty sure that was related to my energy pole. That the original video went down.